Hi guys, welcome back to Cartomante. This game is super duper fun. I love it. So we're gonna go through the game, go through a couple of choices we get to make. See how it goes. Even the intro is a little bit different, I believe. You can't wait to get home and take a nice long hot shower. Maybe order some food afterwards. Maybe order it before and then take a shower. Eating the food in the shower. Just 3 more clients. Be strong, my heart. Spray that. A well-dressed lady walks in hurriedly and sits down, crossing her legs before any introduction is possible. She starts talking. Okay, I'm low-key just gonna skip through all this and get to the fun stuff. We're gonna lie to this hoe. Let's see. I don't think your nephew's being... We're gonna go with that same route, but we're gonna push it. Your nephew is a scoundrel. Let's marshal the facts for a moment. Okay. You got a complaint about misbehaving youngsters in your store. That's right. Of which the only people that have the keys to it are you and your nephew, correct? Pretty much. And your employees, which are directly under your nephew, a youngster, and therefore listen to him so as not to jeopardize their jobs, said that there was nothing unusual happening. That's the gist of it. So if we lay it all on the table, what could be a plausible hypothesis to explain the situation? She stops for a moment, a very brief moment, opens her eyes wide, and hits her left palm with her right fist, in a eureka moment. Those good-for-nothings from the low zone are probably jealous of my success and are clearly exploiting my Lorenzo's naivety to commit those atrocities and walk away scotch-free. I think she means scot-free. You feel that each minute you keep trying to use primitive tools such as logic and cohesion, which your client brings you closer to the breakdown your therapist has been warning you about for years. Let's just do a card reading. Let's cards read. This one. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. We also got this last time, I believe. Last time we did Payback. Oh, look, it turned purple. Neat. Let's do money. We have an internal drive to assign value to all things. In the process, we conceive different means of trading in order to establish a common ground. But we forget of its role as a tool and re-signify it as a goal in and of itself. In our pursuit of an abstract concept, we correct what we had previously judged as right and dish out excuses for our behaviors triggered by obsession. What really does hold value? What is a construct? In the journey you're in, do the end justifies the mean? And the process of sacrificing something important in order to approach an ideal, be wary so as not to end up even further from it. Is that all because I asked for a discount? Dear, don't take it the wrong way. But I didn't get where I'm at by doing charity. Maybe from an outsider's perspective it does look cheap, but you must be unabashed in this world in order to earn respect. I've heard people call me cheap before, but that must have been by far the most poetic. Attacking others' people's success by judging the morality of it all, in all honesty, a weak person's mindset. People that claim to see and understand what's wrong with the world, but don't lift a finger about it. At least I'm on the front line fighting for what I believe, and I'm unashamed of using whatever tools at my disposal in order to get there. And well, honey, I don't know how much I can take that seriously coming from someone that charges 1 month's rent to draw an illustrated card. Something tells you the lady in front of you has no idea how much rent costs. And after all, that doesn't help me at all with my problem. Did you at least try to pay attention to what I was saying? The woman sighs, stands up, and goes away in a hurried step. Go with the grace and may bring closure to your troubles. I hate this place. A few weeks from now, you find yourself at a night out with friends. As you're closing the bar and deciding where to go next, someone suggests you check out the new nightclub at the High Zone. Another person butts in, saying that it isn't as much a nightclub as it is a brothel. Then the third one jumps into the conversation by saying that adult entertainment has suffered from much stigma throughout the ages and it should get more credit seeing how much the industry contributes to the country's economy. You all point your fingers at him and call him a pervert. But seeing as you're all awfully inebriated, you decide to give it a chance. You all haul workshaws and one tuk-tuk, which triggers an argument far too great to be described, and go to the nightclub. Once you're all there, you see a neon signboard with the name Young Blossoms, and you pretty much figure out what kind of place it is. Now we're going in. Against your better judgment, you decide to go in. On entering, you find yourself in a dimly but tastefully lit, plants and flower abundant Greek bathhouse themed bagnio. What's a bagnio? A bathhouse. I see. So then, you're inside the bagnio, with its corresponding allotment of strippers of all genders, and you spot someone on the back with a cane, a fur coat, and a distinguishable hat. Well, if it isn't Mrs. Cartomante, welcome to Young Blossoms. You sit beside her and she orders 2 floral cocktails before asking if you like something as well. Saying, I'm happy to see you. I guess that magic of yours brought you here. Huh. I was meaning to thank you. Since you've opened my eyes, I realize I've been looking at everything from a wrong perspective. I was working hard, trying to reach my ideal, but in the middle of the journey, I forgot what it was. Do you know what it was? Your dream of becoming the biggest in the flower business and keeping your family's legacy? Money, my dear. I was so distraught with that flower shit I forgot about what really matters. So I had a talk with Lorenzo, who, yes, was hosting some adult-oriented activities here, and invited him to become a business partner. And who thought? The dough is flowing. Turns out that since broth nightclubs were banned in the high zone, rich folks have been troubled about having to go all the way to the lows in order to have an enjoyable night out. So how did you manage to bypass the ban? What ban? I see. You two have an admittedly awkward chat until one of your friends asks for your help in retrieving your other friend that passed out in the powder room. You also read that as a hint from Destiny that the night has come to an end and you all split tut-tuts back home. You realize you forgot to record today's episode of Gilding Blight. Despite not being a huge fan of soap operas, this one is all the hype in the occultism group chats recently. That's fun. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again with him. You can drop the miss, call me Cardi. Hang loose. He is hesitant to refer you to so casually, but proceeds. So then, Miss Cardi, heed my tale. We're gonna probe really hard about the dog. Ooh, the tower. This is not a new card, but, in general. The tower. It symbolizes the severing of the chains for a new beginning, as well as the challenges of the transition, but also collapse, fall, and the rupture of the safety net. Revolution, God's Wrath, Epiphany. That is wonderful. This is what he needs. You choose the Epiphany reading. 2 out of 3 times you end up being the one having said Epiphany. That's pretty much the gimmick of this card, you conclude, but that still doesn't stop you from testing it. So what does it say? Wait a second, I'm waiting for a revelation. Oh, okay. You both keep looking at each other uncomfortably for a solid minute before you realize it. Oh! Oh, damn, wow, nice. Weird, but in a nice way. Your act is over, you little rascal. I'm onto your scheme. The dog straightens up its head and looks at you wide-eyed. Yes, I got the message. Good job bringing him here. Who are you talking to? Shut up, Lost One. You do not know your place. Okay. It nods its head up and down like a good boy. It must have been through so much pain, enduring it all alone. Here's what you'll do. After the Binnaker hour, slip 3 wombats inside the furry loin and call for the Nameless. He will knock thrice and let himself in. After that, you'll instinctively know what you'll have to do. It pays close attention to everything you said, and you trust it to follow the instructions to the letter, for it is a good boy. You're glad you took the time to learn Mutt speak lingo, so there's less risk of the operation being jeopardized. Are you having a stroke? Am I having another stroke on the same week? You clasp your pendant strongly and answer with a firm tone. My child, be not afraid. It will all make sense soon. Now go home and put yourself into a restful slumber. The man in front of you all of a sudden loses the life in him. His head and shoulders droop, his jaw opens, and his eyes focus on nothing in particular. Yes, Mother. Don't forget to wash your feet properly before rejoining. It's just bad manners to get back with dirty feet. Yes, Mother. You wink to the dog. It seems to understand the situation fully as expected from the Mutt people. Such good boys. Now go get yourself out of my sight. If the Nameless asks anything of you, answer truthfully, but don't mention me. Yes, Mother. The man stands up with the dog still furrowed around his neck and leaves. That shit was fucking wild. You stare at the clock in the bookshelf. It seems to be 5 minutes early. Your phone rings and it's a number you don't recognize. Answer it. You pick up the phone and hear a good boy. Wolf's. Hey, so went well. Wolf's affirmatively. Nice. Was Mr. Nameless a dick? Wolf's hesitantly but affirmatively. As usual. Okay then. Good job. Well done. Now please try to take a better look at your companion beforehand. You did well in mind washing him into coming to me, but it was sheer dumb luck at work. You know that, right? Wolf's. You didn't quite get the nuance on that one. That's all then. Take care. Bye-bye. The call ends. You sit there and think of what an amusing story you happen to stumble upon, and almost by instinct go to message Aiden, your ex, to tell him all about it. Before you can actually do it, you remember you're trying to put some distance between you two, and that behavior would only encourage him to and his overly familiar ways. Even still, you find it all fascinating. You've heard of people being haunted by mutts, but never of a mutt being haunted by people. The door opens. I love these people. We're just gonna persist this entire time. Keep pressing. I swore to my mama on her deathbed that I wouldn't become my father. I wouldn't tarnish her memory like that, but I swear that I'm 2 stats away from committing a hate crime. Holy shit! Say what you want. I'm gonna tear this shard orgy condom in a witch costume a new one. What? There's no need for that. Take a chill pill. You know we... Oh, she's angry. She's angry. The figure stays silent the whole time. You could swear you hear the mouse gulping. Right. Well, Miss Cartomante, we would be filled with glee and joy if you kindly share with us the divine illumination of the holy thingamajig so we can know where we can safely deposit, in a temporary fashion, our parcel with classified contents. We trust you'll honor the customer confidentiality code so as to preserve our identity and the content of this conversation. Certainly a most esteemed figure such as the Missus has gone to where she is now by upkeeping moral and rigid work ethics. You decide not to mention there's no such thing as a customer confidentiality code, so as not to ruin the set and modesty of the animal. Answer that the secretarial code doesn't allow readings for rats. I love it. We'll humor him. Time to duel. Fuck. God's wrath, I guess. We indulge ourselves in this notion that whatever rules this plane is, in one way or another, fair, and yes, the universe might always be trying to balance things out and return to equilibrium, but it doesn't concern itself much with our views on morality. Have you ever heard of the impassibility of God? It's a theological doctrine that can be summed up as God does not experience pain or pleasure from the actions of another being. Not to delve deep into the discussion here, but what I'm trying to say is the cycle of karma and the sometimes unfair events that happen to us are part of a greater scheme, unfazed by our ethics. And those events sometimes can be harsh, to say the least. Sometimes it's utterly incomprehensible, even though we are always trying to assign meaning to it. And the only thing we can do, the only thing that can be expected from us when the time comes, is to endure it with grace. Was that a death flag just now? I think the magician just prophesied her untimely demise, Masky. Hey, it's not like that, necessarily. The cards give their answers in various ways. Confer with the will inside yourselves and understand how the reading may apply to your current condition. Well, they better mean something, because not only we did not get the answer we needed, the consultation isn't exactly cheap, you know. Yeah, of course I don't want it to mean our early checkout from the living condition either. I thought this circus freak would just say something like, your moon is in dodecahedral conjunction with Nibiru, or something like that, not jinx our existence. You try to calm him down, but the previously skeptic animal seems to be having a low-key panic attack. Screw this, Liv, let's just fucking go. This is messed up. Come on, stand up, let's go. This game is great, I love it. My voice is going, give me a second. I'm having so much fun with this. I'm not scared, it's just a bad fucking omen. Right in the middle of a job, you know, and on the off chance that something does happen, I'm too old to die at this point. The tall woman stands up and the duo leaves unceremoniously. Go with the grace and may it bring closure to your troubles. Okay. That's the second episode of Cartomante. I love this game. It's so much fun. I'm having so much fun with it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Bye for now.